Hello, and welcome to the 2022 presentation of the Green Book Project, a collaboration between Bush Hill STEAM Academy, the Greater Birmingham Arts Education Collaborative, and the Jefferson County Memorial Project. A program aimed at teaching sixth graders at Bush Hill STEAM Academy about empathy and advocacy through learning about the Green Book. My name is Joy Brown, and I'm the director of the Jefferson County Memorial Project. We're a grassroots coalition aimed at 4 goals. The first being researching Jefferson County's documented victims of racial terror. The second being educating the community about this difficult history. The third being advocating where injustice still exists in our county today. And last but not least, working toward retrieving our county's duplicate monument from the National Memorial for Peace and Justice in Montgomery. The goal that's probably the most important to us is the education goal. And we couldn't do that without programs like this and our over 40 community partners, including the Greater Birmingham Arts Education Collaborative. It's through programs like this that we're able to educate the community at large and educate some of our youngest leaders in the community. I am excited for you to join us today as we view the students' original artwork and poetry around the Green Book.
Hi, I'm Deanna Surcott, Director of the Arts Collab here in Birmingham. Thanks so much for joining us in celebration of the 6th grade students at Bush Hill STEAM Academy's work. At the Arts Collab, our mission is to empower our community to increase access to arts education. And we're so pleased to be a partner for the 3rd year in a row for the Green Book Project, a collaboration among the Jefferson County Memorial Project, Bush Hill STEAM Academy, and the Alabama State Council on the Arts. This project is all about exploring the tenets of perspective, advocacy, self-advocacy, and empathy. Over the entire semester, teaching artist Jahman Hill has been working along with classroom teachers Mr. Fields and Mr. Worley to help students conduct research on Birmingham's key civil rights sites and people. And that research inspired the performances you're about to hear. I want to say a huge thank you to the Bush Hill STEAM Academy and community for prioritizing the arts and working with community partners. We know that students thrive when schools, the arts, and community come together. The arts are proven to not only benefit students artistically and creatively, but also academically and emotionally. And we hope to see many more partnerships like this in the future. Again, a huge congratulations to all of the students who are performing, and thank you to the teachers and partners for making this work possible.
My name is Cameron Thigpen, and I am a 2019 Fellow of the Jefferson County Memorial Project. The Modern Green Book was established in 1936 by Victor Hugo Green and offered resources for travel for Black people all across the country to be free from violence. Right now, I'm standing in front of the A.G. Gadsden Motel, which is an example of one of the resources in the Modern Green Book. The Modern Green Book highlighted thousands of Black-owned businesses, such as hotels, motels, drugstores, convenience stores, and even service stations. Although it was not the only resource guide for Black travelers during this time, it was the most popular and sold over 15,000 copies a year and became international. In the 1960s, the Modern Green Book began to advocate for public accommodations and equal accommodations for Black Americans. After the passage of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, the Modern Green Book quietly ceased publication.
Hello, my name is Jahman Hill. I'm the teaching artist working with Arts Collab and the Bush Hill STEAM Academy on this Green Book project with JCMP. So far, this process has been incredible. I've been able to work with students in creating 2 different poems. The first poem is group pieces. They were working together to talk about traveling using the Green Book. They all got to pick a city and create a group piece where they just kind of talked about the different places that they would go and visit. The second poem that they created was a persona poem, and they got to pick either the A.G. Gadsden Motel or the Green Book. They did research on these 2 different things, and use the research and the facts that they were able to accrue to create a poem where they try to utilize this idea of empathy and trying to understand like what it would feel like to be the Green Book or to be the A.G. Gaston Motel. It was a lot of fun to work with the students, especially when it came to doing like the group pieces. They actually, some of them turned each piece that they did into a group piece. So we got to see the way that the kids worked together to create something, and to really focus on how they could utilize the history in these conversations. So students were able to talk about what safety meant to them. Students were able to talk about what it means to travel and places that they would like to go and different cities that they would like to see, all with this underlying idea of safety. And how do we establish that? How do we empathize with others? How do we create spaces where we feel comfortable sharing? I think the biggest thing that I saw in terms of their writing and how their writing grew was we started with a couple of building blocks for poetry. So we talked about rhyme, imagery, metaphor, and simile, and started with those, the rims. And like through starting with those, we were able to see how they could utilize those and manipulate those to create their own work. So some students, they started off, they came in like, oh yeah, I can rap, I got bars, da 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 da. And it's like, okay, how do we use those then to build substance? So it's like, okay, I understand that you can rhyme, and how can you use that to tell a story? Or I understand that you're really good at drawing and creating, so how can you use imagery in both poetry and also in building your Green Book cover? Like, how can you use the tool imagery to help you out? Or how do we recognize, see metaphor and simile, and then create our own? How do we see that used in music, and how can we apply that to what we're doing? So I really saw the students be able to take that idea of first like remembering, then they were able to understand, then we were able to apply it. We kind of moved up, Bloom's taxonomy. We moved up each step of that pyramid to the point where they're able to create now really regularly. Each day they're working on making their poems better, making their performances better. So the students did two major types of poems. The first is a persona poem. Every student worked on a persona poem individually. And these persona poems, the idea is to create a role or character. So the role or character that you'll see the students assuming in these videos is either the A.G. Gaston Motel or the Green Book. So a student won't say the A.G. Gaston Motel was built in 1954. They might say something like, I was born in 1954. So the idea is that we allow them to place themselves in the shoes of that building and use that to talk about the history. The second poem that they did is a group piece, and group pieces, you'll see they follow a lot of different patterns. So we didn't limit them to one type of poem for the group piece, but the idea is they write the piece together, or one person writes it and they perform the piece together. So you'll see we have about 4 or 5 group pieces that you'll see. Some of them, one person wrote and they all practiced together in performing it as a group. Other ones, they all work together as a group and one person performs it. Or in some of them, they all work together to write it and perform it. So you'll see a few different varieties of how they do group pieces talking about the Green Book and the A.G. Gaston Motel. Working with the teachers, especially in this environment coming right off of the pandemic, like it has been incredibly stressful and difficult for teachers and administration. And every single week, there was a new challenge. But one of the things with working with the teachers at Bush Hills is, while I was in Mr. Fields' classroom, I was not just working with Mr. Fields. Like every single teacher on the 6th grade hall helped to make the experience something that could last, because there were some days where we couldn't switch classes. So all the teachers let me into their classroom to teach the students the lesson for the day. or there were some times where students would end up in different classes because of teacher situations. So the teachers were always flexible, were always lenient, were always willing to work with me in terms of like how they handle student behavior and how I do, and how we can work together to build a good environment for the students, so that they knew that when I was here, when Mr. Hill was in the building and working with the students, that although I might have did some things differently, we all understood that we can work together to make that a good environment for the students, where they feel like they're getting some semblance of consistency and some semblance of growth. So I feel like the teachers helped me interact with the students better, and in some ways I was able to help the teachers interact with the students better as well.
My name is Gregory Fields, and I'm a sixth grade social studies here at Bush Hill STEAM Academy. The Green Book Project has been a part of this school for the last 3 years now. The first class are 8th graders here. It has always been a positive, it has always made a positive effect on the kids, the school, and the community. The kids have learned a lot about local history involving the Edgy Gaston Motel and the Green Book, its relationship to the state of Alabama. They said, well, Mr. Fields, we pass that area all the time. We had no clue about that building or what went on in that particular area. And it's right here in our city. We had no clue about what happened during that particular time. As far as the Green Book is concerned, when we discussed the Civil War and we discussed the advancement in technology and the assembly line, and that most people moved from the South to the North. And when they was able to find jobs in the North, they purchased cars. African American in particular started traveling more. But they failed to realize that as they was traveling from different places to places, that they was not able to live, stay at certain hotels, eat at certain restaurants, buy gas at certain places. So the Green Book really opens up their minds about how things were in the past. Mr. Hill enters the class and teaches the kids different strategies of writing, different types of writing, and he also helps the kids to understand their way of thinking when it comes to expressing themselves, when it comes to information about history. The Green Book has opened up the kids' mind about past history. This is a new generation. Of course, they have no clue about what happened in the past. So the Green Books give them information and knowledge about history and what happened years ago here in the city, the United States, and all over the world. And the kids are able to take this information, do analogies, do critical thinking, work together in groups, expressing their ideals, interacting, and then reporting their findings and discussing different information concerning the Green Book.
And one of my favorite things about teaching is collaborating with other individuals either interested in education or creative ways to interact with students and inspire students. So this project has been a great fit because every year I try to do something new with my students, and I think it's also important for our students to see us engaging with our larger community and more importantly, especially in the arts, our creative community. We've been really fortunate to have them come in and work with our students here at Bush Hill STEAM Academy, and seeing the energy, the excitement in our students while working with Mr. Hill and seeing him interact with the students and pulling that creative energy and that spirit that is inside each and every student. It's been a great pleasure for me as an art educator and a teacher. I'm a visual art educator, but I started with a performing art background. I grew up in theater and theatrical arts. And then in college, I got into music and played for about 15, 20 years with live music. So I really am inspired by seeing how visual arts, performing arts, and just the different disciplines can work together. We're working with the Green Book Project, and the students are learning about the history of the Green Books, and then recreating their own covers and putting their own spin on it. So understanding why the Green Book was a necessity and why it existed. And then I think that students creating their own artwork is a great way for them to really connect with what the Green Book means and what it meant for people that needed that to be able to travel safely. And as a father of 4 kids, and to me, it hit really hard. It hit home for me, like just trying to imagine the need for a book to help me travel safely with my family from place to place. So I tried to make sure they treated it with the respect that a project like this deserves. So for Mr. Hill to come into the school and for us to work together and the students to see that, I think that brings a different type of energy than us being isolated and working with our students. And it gives them skills and techniques that they can go on and build relationships with in the future. I would just like to say, thanks, of course, to Mr. Hill and all the organizations and people that came to help collaborate on this project for Bush Hill STEAM Academy. I know it's been an inspiration for our students, and it's also been a lot of fun and brought a different energy and level of creativity to our school.
Hi, my name is Aiden Craig, and I'm in 6th grade. Scratch that, I don't need an introduction. Back in 54, I was still under construction. I was so famous, I made a production. In 63, a bomb exploded outside, it was so much destruction.
Hi, my name is Roger Little, and I'm in the 6th grade. This is the Green Book Contact Loop. This is a gift from Santa. I got to take it to Atlanta. Mac Hotel, we almost there. I think the plan almost failed. I want to teach from the YMCA, but I had no money to pay.
My name is Azaria Nelson. I'm in the 6th grade. I'm A.G. Gaston Motel, and I was born in 1955. I have some facts to say about myself. Me and the 16th Baptist Church was born in 1963. I felt like I lost my breath when it happened. That's not all. Martin Luther King Jr. was looking at me in 1963. I felt like I was famous. People loved me. It felt like people was living inside me, and that's the enemy.
My name is William Pearson. I'm in the 6th grade. I'm the A.G. Gaston Motel, and I was born on 1954, 1510 Avenue North. I kept Black African Americans safe. On May 10, 1963, I was born and it burned me down. It hurt in the inside. Also on May 10, 1963, it was a sad day, and at the same time, I could not keep Black African Americans celebrities safe.
My name is Anthony White, and I'm in the 6th grade. I am the A.G. Gaston Motel. I was born in 1954, and on a regular day, I had celebrities like Aretha Franklin, Duke Ellington, and Harry Belafonte stayed at the motel. I was built fancy. I had a war room in me. Very important civil rights meetings were held in me. I attract important Black people to stay in me. I live in downtown Birmingham, Alabama, and help city Black economy.
My name is Jaden Jones Cleveland, and I'm in the 6th grade. I am the Green Book. You know what's up. I'm the safe rate to travel. I'm too much to handle. I was born in 1963. Victor Argon Green is my father, so I'm worth a lot. I feel like a bridge getting built. That's a metaphor. I got the knowledge like Albert Einstein. I'm too smart, too much to handle. My work here is done.
My name is Rodriguez Allen, and I'm in the 6th grade. I am the A.G. Gaston Motel. My dad was the first millionaire. A lot of celebrities come to me. They kick back and relax on this trip. and we get down with a bag of chips.
My name is Roger Little, and I'm in the 6th grade. I'm the AG Gaston Motel. So next thing you know, I was built. So many people came on the trip. I got killed by a bomb. So it was so many storms. Around the corner, the kid was marching by my parking. When I was bombed, I got hurt.
My name is Aiden Craig. I'm in the 6th grade. I was treated by a black postman in Harlem. Back then, we never did have no problems. Our lessons and college from restaurants to drugstores, even in local new indoors. We win wars. I was later known as the Bible of Black travel during Jim Crow. I turned into a show in 2018. Whoa, black people trying to find loggings, business, and gas stations. They come to me to find a safe place from bombings.
My name is Aiden Smith. I'm in the 6th grade, and this is my poem. I'm a book keeping my people safe, created by a brave black man just trying to help. Man, these people so ruthless, tearing out the roofs and shoot. Man, I'm just trying to see my mom. He just trying to see his grandma. Y'all know the struggle.
My name is Michaela Porter, and I'm in the 6th grade. This is my poem. It was a chill, mellow day. Lots of people came by today. As I went to chill with my cousin 16, I felt hot. I was burning. As I looked around for Papa, he was gone. He left me. I was set onto flames, dying. Before I knew it, my soul left. All the memories, laughter, tears, and songs died with me.
Hi, my name is Zaire Wilson. I'm in the 6th grade, and this is my poem. I was born in 1954 when I first opened my eyes. My name is A.G. Gaston. Everyone came to perform at my hotel. Jackie Robinson. Everyone came to see me until I got bombed in 1963. But I wasn't alone to get bombed. There was 4 girls in the middle of 16th Street Baptist Church. I tried to make enough time to save to protect, but I failed because it was too late. That's when I passed. But people loved it so much and felt horrible because I was a great motel. So I got reborn and I was so much better than before.
My name is Shayani Maywood, and I'm in the 6th grade. I'm A.G. Gaston Motel, and my father is the first black man in our country to be a millionaire. I remember the day I got bombed in 1963. It was a good day. The sun was out, and people who lived beside me, they were chilling. Out of nowhere, a bomb hit me. I was trying to yell and tell them to get out, but they did not hear me. I was trying to stay together, but I could not hold myself, so I collapsed. I am so sorry for the people who got injured, but I got rebuilt in 2019.
My name is Amber Morgan. I'm in the 6th grade. My name is A.G. Gaston Motel. When Negroes were being bombed by people that didn't like them, I was born in 1954. In a few years, I had got bombed in 1963, but I wasn't alone to get bombed. The 16th Street Baptist Church also got bombed. The same day, there was four girls that were killed in the bombing. I tried to save them, but I failed to protect. I tried everything, but they died. I was bombed, and I got reborn, and I was better than ever.
My name is Ryan Williams, and I'm in 6th grade. I was built in 1954. I was safe for the black people to stay. And sadly, I was bombed in 1963. I lost 4 of my sisters. They got bombed with the church because they was in the bathroom fixing their dresses, and a man called their name, but they ain't hear him and died sadly after a hospital visit.
My name is Tiana Felton, and I'm in the 6th grade. I'm the Green Book. I was created in 1936 by Victor Green. I helped the black folks travel safely. I was discontinued in 1966. A movie was made about it. But now when helping kids about their history back then, when kids ask their grandma or granddaddy about 1960 and what happened back then, they can tell them about the Green Book and how they was travel safely.
Hi, my name is Javar James, and I'm in 6th grade. I was born in 1954. I had a lot of food and people inside of me, and all of the cool kids tried to stay inside of me. When I was 9, I was born. Then they rebuilt me later. Rebuilt me. I was the best on the block. Later, my little brother was born, A.G. Gaston Boys and Girls Club.
My name is Jeffrey Williams, and I'm in the 6th grade. Hi, I'm A.G. Gaston Motel, and I was born in 1954, and my dad made a safe place for black people. And one good day on 1963, I was just standing there, and I heard a big boom, and I felt like my whole life had ended, but I always knew that I was going to get remade.
I'm Keisha Wilson in the 6th grade. Hi, I'm the Green Book. Yeah, that's me. I went around the world for black people to be. Ohio, Tennessee, even Georgia, all the information you need, come get it from me. It was very risky for me to be made. Black people didn't know anywhere to be safe. Victor Green was the hero of this problem. Thankfully, he survived while solving them. Later on, I suddenly disappeared like the dust in the air, wondering when I'll be found. But I came as the star of the show, sit back, eat some popcorn while we watch this movie blog.
Hi, my name is Angel Grace, and I am in the 6th grade. Hi, my name is A.G. Gaston Motel. I was a really safe place for black people, you could tell. Some white people found out and they didn't like our ways, so they bombed me down. You should have seen my face. So at first, I was really happy and comfortable, helping all of these people from a long, long time ago. One day, I felt weird, but I brushed it off. Then all I heard was boom. All my people running, most of them dead. I felt really weak. I couldn't lift my head. I was broken into pieces. I knew this was my end, so I stood still and let myself rest.
Okay, I'm the A.G. Gaston Motel. I was made by a man very swell. By the time I was down, Martin Luther King came that day, and then after I was bombed by the KKK, I was blowing up like a firework, crumbling like the 16th Baptist Church. Then I wondered what now. Then I was being brick by brick. Now I'm back today, and I'm still here to stay. Done.
One, two, three. It's Brooklyn in the house, and you know what's up. We started from the bottom, and now we up. Hey, Birmingham to Brooklyn. We came a long way, and we plan to stay. Have you heard of the new Dewdrop? That's a new road cross from my doorstop. We finna go check out the homeowner, Miss 8. That's the best unknown donor. We kinda hungry. We need something to eat. We gonna get a sweet treat across the street by Miss Pete. He has the best greet.
People had me when they was traveling. I'm the Green Book, I'm here to stay. I can travel you like a snake. I'm the Green Book, I'm here to slay. I'm the Green Book, I'm here to stay, so do not even play. I am the Green Book, and do not even play. Read the Green Book, so do not play.
To the A to the G, we make it safe. These black people ain't even safe. Just stay one night, don't cost a dime. For your time, you know the best. Keep your Green Book for a test. But if them bombs rolled out from the south, we don't ain't no safe no more, no more. We from the west, from the west, from the west. We the best of the best of the best of the best.
A.G. Gaston Motel, shining bright as the sun, lit the day.
It was a place where all the black children would go and play.
Gaston was a place where celebrities could show their talent.
Aretha Franklin, she had a great voice. Rest in peace to the angel. She gone, but not by choice.
My man didn't like it at all. He bombed the place, it all came down in one fall.
A.G. Gaston dream fell with the motel. It didn't end so well.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, go.
This is the Green Book. Come take a look. This is a gift from Santa.
Gotta take a trip to Atlanta.
Not gonna tell, we almost there. I think the plan almost failed.
I lost a teeth from around CA, but I had no money to pay, but we still gonna have fun on the way.
Hey!
Congratulations to each of the students on their amazing artwork and poetry this year. Like I said in the beginning, it is through educational programming just like this one that we're able to educate the community at large through our programming. And it is also through passing the torch and educating our younger generations about the great Dr. A.G. Gaston that we keep the legacy of his and all the work that those that laid the pathway before us alive. Thank you for joining us, and congratulations to all of the students on their amazing work this year. All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Joy Brown, and I'm the director of the Jefferson County Memorial Project. Here with me, I have T. Marie King. She is our public chair at public education for the Jefferson County Memorial Project, and Deanna Surcott, executive director of the Greater Birmingham Arts Education Collaborative. I first want to thank and congratulate the students again on their amazing work. Yes. And also thank Bush Hill STEAM Academy for being such an amazing partner in doing this work. Mr. Fields, Mr. Worley, Mr. Hill for dedicating so much time with these students and helping us get to this point and helping these students really find their voice and their vision. So, ladies, do we want to start with discussing how this project and how this collaboration even came to be?
Let's do it.
Okay, great. Well, I can share from the Jefferson County Memorial Project side. You know, we talk about very difficult history, and we are constantly getting asked the question of how do I talk about this history with my children? How do I even begin having these conversations? And so, you know, we have a lot of public education for teenagers, for high school students and adults, but we didn't have a ton of ways for younger kids to engage in this education. And so, you know, it was through wanting to find a way to educate them about just basic principles that are building blocks and getting them to have heavier, more difficult conversations, especially in today's time, that, you know, our stake in it, you know, our goal of wanting to educate our younger leaders in the community. T. Marie, I'm sure you can add on more detail into where, you know, just the inception of this partnership and the program.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely, you know, so many parents, I think, engaged so quickly in our work with Jefferson County Memorial Project. And I think just their commitment to learning more, it was like, well, how do I have these conversations with my children? And not wanting to be the person that tells you when you introduce hard topics like lynching. You know, I didn't want to be that one to say, this is the time to do that. And not knowing, you know, there's no way to know the makeup of somebody's child. You know, we all respond to different things differently. And at the time that we kind of decided to pilot this, we had a lot going on in our community. You know, Cupcake was missing at the time. Anaya Blanchard was missing at the time. And I said, I know these kids have to be thinking about their safety as well. So why not introduce it in a way that we just, you know, focus on why would people need a safety manual? You know, and I think being on both boards, being vice chair of the Greater Birmingham Arts Education Collaborative and public education chair of JCMP, it was like, these are two perfect groups to bring together to see how we can further this. And so that's when I kind of reached out to Deanna and was like, hey, I got an idea. Do you think this is something that would interest our team on Greater Birmingham Arts Collab to participate in? And from there, the pieces just started kind of coming together. We got a great partner with Bush Hill STEAM Academy, and it kind of just took off from there. And so, Deanna, I'll let you talk about it from there.
Yeah, I think from there, just to kind of dovetail over off of what you just said, we found a really great partner in Bush Hill STEAM Academy, and very fortunately got connected with Mr. Fields, who you all got to hear in the video, who was just very excited from the moment we even mentioned the idea. And then we also have been really fortunate to be able to work with Jahman Hill, who you all also heard from in the video, who came on as a teaching artist for this project. And Jahman has just been incredible to work with and does an incredible job working with the students. So from there, just being able to get in the classroom, and we all of the organizations and teachers came together before any of this started and really mapped out what we wanted to do and what we wanted to achieve. And then from there, Jahman started working with the students on about a weekly basis, sometimes going to work with them a couple times a week. Yeah, just so pleased to see this running for a third year in a row, and just hoping for many more.
Absolutely. So I forgot to mention initially, please let this be a conversation. If anyone who is watching live right now has any questions or comments, feel free to comment. We can see them and we can answer them as we have this dialogue. I'm curious, Deanna, how did the students receive this project and doing this work? We're in the second year of doing this now. Really, this year was quite different because we were able to be more in person and more hands-on. So I'm just curious to hear how the students received the project.
I would say there's a lot of excitement and engagement, especially the minute Mr. Hill walks in the room. The students seem to know they're going to be doing something different, but that's also going to be really engaging. And then, Mr. Fields and Mr. Worley were always there in the classroom supporting Jahman or Mr. Hill as he was teaching. So I think just overall, it was a really creative, really exciting environment. And I think that overall, just really positive. And Mr. Fields and Mr. Worley have commented so many times that the students just absolutely love the project, and we love to hear that. So yeah, overall, very, very positive.
And the only thing I'll add, Deanna, is I think it's awesome when you have teachers that are just as excited about a project, because you don't, sometimes you're bringing things into classrooms and teachers are like, I don't have time for this, or I got this going on, or I need my study period to do whatever. But I mean, for this to be our third year and they're still just as excited and still have that same energy as when we first introduced the project and started planning it, that's so exciting to me to see that their energy is still just as high as it was when we first began.
I completely agree. And I think to add to that, one thing that we have done with this project is, like I mentioned, when we first came together and started mapping out what we wanted this to be, a big part of that conversation to, question to the teachers is, how can we support you? How can we help you reach your goals? And that's been a huge part of this moving forward, and just a really key component. And of course, just, very lucky to have incredible educator collaborators from the Bush Hill side.
Yes, I can't echo the educators enough. I know this has particularly been a tough couple of years for all educators. And so just to see their excitement and their energy and passion around this project when it was yet another task that was falling onto their plate. it was just really energizing. And like you said, Deanna, it's exciting to see the teachers as excited to kick this project off again this year and to even want to do this project again this year, with the uncertainty of, how in person would we be able to be, what the end product would look like. So I'm thrilled about that. I also want to reiterate, so last year, we were purely virtual, just like we are this evening. I'm excited that this year, you'll have 3 ways to engage with the students' work. So those that are watching right now live, of course, you have seen the students recite their poetry this evening. You'll have another opportunity to see the students recite their poetry on the big screen this Thursday at Flourish Fest at Sidewalk Cinema at 5 p.m. Please come check it out. Please come support the students. It would be great to see the community show up and show out and support them, and just to see that their voice matters, and see the community really uplift them in their work. I'll also share that you can check out the accompanying Green Book covers, the artwork that the students have created throughout the week this week at the Birmingham Museum of Art. So please go check it out. Take pictures, share the students' artwork. We really want to uplift this work a lot.
And just to
Go
add
ahead.
in, I think the cool thing about this project is that we have a location in Birmingham where Black travelers actually would stay. And I think the fact that the city is working on the rehab of that space, that is going to actually, I think, even enhance the project, because now it gives us a place once it's completed to actually take them and for families to actually go see. So I'm just excited of what this can look like in the future, of students being able to not only learn this history, do their projects, their poems, and their covers, but to actually go themselves and see this space that is a historical space right here in our community. So I would encourage anybody that's watching that, if you've been down to Kelly Ingram Park or the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute, if you've been in the Civil Rights District, please just go around to the corner and see the rehab that's taking place on the A.G. Gaston Motel, and looking forward to it opening where people can actually go in and learn more and actually stay and eat in the restaurant that they're going to open. So I think that's going to be a great living piece of history that the students will be able to touch.
I'm so excited about that. I think it is such a gem to the community, and how lucky we are to have such a prominent location that was a part of that list of safe spaces in the Green Book right here in our neighborhood. And for these students to get to work on a project, which, so many times we work on history projects and art history projects in school, and they're about these places that are unimaginable. You can't put your own eyes on it. So the fact that they are able to see it and know about this Black millionaire that was a prominent businessman and leader in the community, and that physical structure is still there and being restored. I can't wait. I'm so excited this year because we're at that sweet spot where, the renovations of the motel are almost to the point where, hopefully it will be open soon and people can go inside, like you said, T. Marie, and experience it. All right, ladies, anything else that you would like to add before we wrap up?
I would just love to say again, congratulations to all of the students. It just incredible work. Really, really well done. And just a huge, huge thank you to the Bush Hill STEAM Academy and community for all of your support of this project, and the teachers, and for everything you did on a day-to-day basis to help make this project a reality. And also special thank you to Jahman Hill for just bringing the art and the energy to the classroom, and just thank you for all you do. Just and y'all on this call, Joy and Team Marie. It's just been an honor to be a part of this project. Thank you so much for including us.
Absolutely. I agree with everything you said, Deanna, and definitely special thank you to the students of just the energy that they brought to it. And so I hope they took that same energy home, telling their parents all the things that they learned. So, those that are watching, please go check out their artwork. I got to go see it today. They did such an amazing job, and they're so creative. Had some more modern kind of takes on interpretations of the Green Book, and then some things that seem, very nostalgic. But just the creativity of students was just amazing to see. So please go see their artwork, take pictures, post it on your social media, tag us in it, tag the school so that people can see the work that they did. So thank y'all for tuning in.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you so much to Bush Hill STEAM Academy. Thank you to Mr. Worley, Mr. Fields, Jahman Hill for your patience and dedication and passion to this project. We are so proud of all of the students, any of you guys that are watching right now. We are so proud of you guys and blown away by the work that you have done. Please, everybody, show up and show out for these students, and stay tuned as the project progresses and we continue in the years to come. And thank you for tuning in tonight. Take care.